Hey there, good looking. Come and release your hips. Unlock your T-spine. Find more mobility in your shoulders with this easy to follow mobility workout. No equipment is required unless you're on a hard surface, and then I recommend a mat. Now, if you're doing this in real time, this is also day 11 of our Unstoppable Challenge, Volume 2. So this is your recovery workout. Let's get started. All right, we're going to start with some standing mobility drills and then work our way down to the mat. Coming to the top of your mat, feet hip width, step back with the left leg hip width, arms out, open up, feet hip width, other side. If it feels good for the knee joint, see if you can drop the knee all the way to your mat. Working into the T-spine shoulder as well as the hips on this. Think about slow and controlled movements. When you're working mobility drills, you want to have strength with it and then try to follow through what your active range of motion is and possibly going just a little bit more past there. One more each side. Last one. Center of the mat. Soft knees. Grab onto the bottoms of the toes. So bend the knees as much as you can so you can get those fingers underneath the toes. Now drop the hips all the way down. Heels stay on the ground. If they're not on the ground for you, I want you to lift up and hold that until you are able to keep those heels down. Press the triceps inside knees. Reach up, look up. Reach up, look up. Fingertips back underneath the toes. Press the hips up. Come down and do it again. Adding this deep ankle, knee and hip mobility drill and reaching up, combining it with a T-spine drill. Your T-spine is your thoracic spine. It's got the most vertebrae in the spine. It also tends to be the most locked up area, causing havoc from shoulders to hips to low back. We have 3 more. Reach it. It's like you're making a half of a letter V there. One more. And come all the way up. Shake out the legs, I can get intense. Moving into the adductors, your inner thigh and hips. Let's take left knee to mat. Extend the other leg out, toe pointed straight ahead. Hands are going to come in front so we can rock right over the wrists and then sit back on the heel. We'll keep the toe on the ground right now. My back toe is tucked under. Feeling a gentle stretch in the inner thigh. Now as we rock up, I want you to lift this toe up so that it points to your ceiling and then back down. So we're going to add some external rotation through the hip joint. As we sit back, toe rotates up. Last 4. One more. Excellent. Now bring this leg, step it so it's you're half kneeling. Whatever back knee should be your left. You're going to bring the left forearm down on the mat. From here, let's thread that right arm under and then reach it and look up. So we're reaching under, this left arm, working mainly T-spine and shoulder here. We follow our hand with our gaze, getting into the neck as well. Four more. Nice, easy breath. Come on up and place your hands on this top thigh here. Shift your knee forward past the toe box. The heel may even lift. And then come back here, or if you can, sit all the way down. Come up, press the knee past the toe. Heel can lift. And then sit back if you can, or just go back to where you can come up again. So now we've got into more ankle here, getting the knees and hips as well. Let's do two more. So this foot that's underneath me, it's actually hitting the top of my glute there as I sit back. Last one. And come on up. Right knee on the ground, left leg extends, toe pointed straight ahead, hands in front, rock forward. We got the other side now. Back toe is tucked under, arms stay straight, moving through the shoulders on this and then through that left hip. Two more and then we'll add that toe lift, that rotation. One more. All right, now sit back, rotate the toe. Different sensation. You might have different ranges on this than you did on the other leg. Remember, movement is just a way of your body showing you where it's at right now. So don't judge it. Just listen to it and then give it the movement that it needs. Two more. Last one. Excellent. Now bring this long leg, plant it just in front of you. Arm down on the ground with this knee that's on the ground. Bring that arm under, thread the needle, look up. Side view so you can see. Look up. Follow your hand with your gaze. Reaching right under as best you can through that bottom arm, in between the elbow and that back knee. Let's do four more. Last one. Come on up and place both hands on this top thigh, pressing the knee forward. Heel can come off the ground. Coming back, maybe here's where you want to be, or seeing if you can sit right down and coming up. So mobility is quite different than flexibility. Mobility is the ability for us to move our joint with strength. Flexibility is sort of the range of motion. So I find as we get older, mobility far more important, and also an interesting thing to keep going, as it does teach us about our body. Two more here. Last one. And on all fours. Let's take the wrists under the shoulders, knees apart underneath the hips. And we've all done cat and cow. What I want to do now is a lateral cat and cow. So you're kind of pushing the ground away and shifting yourself to one side of your mat and the other side. Placing more weight on top of one wrist and then the other wrist as we extend. So rounding, laterally moving, extending, And find neutral with the spine. Turn the fingertips towards you. Rock forward and back. Just working into the wrists. If you have ever issues doing push-ups because of weak wrists, this is one drill that might help. One more. Now think about circles. Fingertips are still pointing to you. Choose a direction with your circle. One more this way. Other way. Last one. And to center. Shake it out. Hands behind you. Feet in front. About shoulder width or a bit wider. Let's windshield wiper the knees down, trying to get the inside of the knee to touch your mat. Inside knee touches. Now if you want to add more, take your hands up, turn this into a 90-90 drill. So we're going to rotate the body towards that front shin. I'm going to push back a bit. If you want to add more, lift the hips up. Let's do 2 here. Okay, so here's 1, 2, and then the third one we do a hip lift. The lift is neutral. You can stay with level 1. Hands behind you, knees to ground, 90-90, or 2 90-90s. Third one, hip lift. Let's do a few more here. And hip lift. One more. And hip lift. Woo, that one gets spicy. All right, let's just do knees to chest. If you have time, I'm going to link up a hips and hamstring stretch, as well as added in the description below. For those of you doing the challenge, it was our day 4 recovery, but it's a really nice complement to this one. Release the legs, let them go long on the mat. Extend the arms overhead, stretch it fingertips to toes, lifting and arching the back. And then bend the knees, rock yourself up to a seated position, or roll on your side and press yourself up using your arms. Sitting nice and tall, maybe throwing a pillow underneath the hips so they're higher than the knees. Beautiful. Stack the ears over the shoulders. Nice. And let's just take the ear to the shoulder and then roll the chin into the chest. Line the ear up with the other shoulder. Finish off with some neck drills. One more each side. Chin back to center. Look over your right shoulder, leading with the chin, keeping the shoulders centered, back to center, other shoulder to center. One more each direction. And center. Thank you so much for joining me. If mobility is a concern of yours, this is a great little routine that you can do on a daily basis. It's also a nice pre-workout routine or pre-walk routine. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you next workout. Bye. Hey there, good looking. Help. Help. I'm just going to leave it there.